What's up, E.D.G family? Kevin here, and today we have the first unboxing of 2024. This was a game I very much expected to be here in 2023, but that is okay. We have it now. This is Unsettled by Orange Nebula. This is kind of a series reprint with some expansion content. I was not able to back this on the original Kickstarter, so I did back this, I don't know, March 2022, I believe, is when I backed it. So we have that to unbox today. Lots of stuff. Joining me for this, I have a special craft I've been saving specifically to unbox with something sciencey, and this is Mad Scientist Series number 16 by Wichita Brewing Company. This is a Hazy India Pale Ale with peach and mango. So I'm gonna get this popped open, get this poured, and we are gonna dive into some Unsettled today. I'll be right back. Alright, so we got that poured. This is a little hazy, as the name alludes to, but like I said, super excited to get this Unsettled content, and this is probably we're going to start with first is the base framework, which is basically what you need to play the game, and then you'll have to use different planets, you know, to kind of, probably, I don't know if it's a 50-50 component thing, but that's where you're going to get most of your substances from these planet boxes. I also believe this is probably our promos we'll go through later. And then this is the scientific specialization box. I specifically got that because I thought that would add some asymmetry to the game, especially after you played a couple of the planets and really got a feel for it. You know, just add a little bit of, you know, different ways to play the game. I believe this is also the corrections pack that kind of delayed a lot of the shipping. I believe the shipping for this was delayed for this, and then also I believe they had some manufacturing errors like back in August, which is what kind of delayed this game a little bit. But it is here. I am excited to get into this. I have not everything. So this will have 2 planets in it, and then I kind of a la carted 4 different planets. So I think I'm like 3 planets short as far as that goes. So I'll kind of tell you which ones I was interested in and why. But I want to get this guy open. This thing looks absolutely phenomenal as far as presentation. Different box size, but I believe we got lots to get excited about. This is something we're definitely going to have quite a bit of content on the channel. I think we got some, maybe do some tabletop simulator plays after I really figure out this guy. Let's get this shrink off. I also don't really know where I'm going to store this game. Like I said, odd box size, but it's because everything that fits. You know, you don't have wasted space. Space. So we're gonna go ahead and open this guy up, and I'm gonna show you which one do we want to open. Why? Let's open it. Actually, I want to open it this way. We're gonna open it this way, and you can kind of see that we have a way to put this away. We'll start unboxing some of this. I'm gonna get this lid out of the way, and we'll go to top cam and let's see what we have in here. All right, so we have the rules and procedures to the game. Looks, you know, basically going to tell you what each component is, what components you should have, always check that, and just how you generally are going to set this game up. And then game space overview, dashboard, mindset overview, taking a turn, focus. I like the dice system on this as far as using it to track actions and having to reset them. Very excited. I think this game is going to be very different from anything I have in my collection. Huge sci-fi fan, if you don't know that. But I'm very excited to dig into each one of these puzzles. I think each one's got a 3 different survival tasks that's included in each planet box, and then there will be some additional ones in these promos. So we'll look at those and add those. We got time and trust. There's a bunch of different resource board. So there's a bunch of different boards that are kind of going to track what you have going on. What is this? We got monolithic spore pillars on Wenora. So it looks like we have, I'm not really sure, art? This might be art. Might be some included art. Let's check this out. Yeah. Wenora, more Wenora, Grakkis, Zuron, yeah, I think I have that one. Another Zeron, Memory Lagoon. So just a bunch of the places, kind of getting some art to kind of get you more immersed in this Unsettled world. Grakkis, I don't know why that wasn't the other one. Wenora, another Wenora. Some more Wenora. Some more Wenora. Some more Grakkis. I think these are the first 4 planets, maybe. We'll have to see. I believe I have, what, 1, 2... Did I get 3? I think I skipped 3 and got 4. 6, 7, 8, I believe is what we have. Yendraal. I think you have Yendraal. Stranos, I think that was one I skipped. They're all I think all the level 3 difficulties, or 4 difficulties are the ones I do not have. I thought, you know, the people I play, I don't necessarily want to have necessarily all the harder ones. I kind of want to learn this game, have fun with it, and then and go through it. But yeah, very cool art. Very cool art. They all have they have the artists on each one of them. I'm not gonna go through the time. I think we got a lot of stuff to explore with this game, so I don't want to get too crazy into all the fine details. We don't need a 2-hour unboxing, which I think if I had all the content and we wanted to go through everything, that's probably what this would be. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to go through an overview. I don't want to ruin the puzzles. I don't want to do that either. Let's see. We got some, I believe these are going to be some player aids. Player aids, 4 player aids. Primary, iconography, and then some actions. So that's cool. Set those off to the side. And now we got player boards. So I'm going to shift this a little to the side and let's look at these 4 different player boards. They come in stacked. This looks like this is the time and trust board. Very cool. I'm not really sure what this one is. I know it's got player specific tokens. This looks like some resources, and then I know we're gonna have tokens and stuff that go in here that are probably in the bottom. But those are our player boards. They will all be stacked up, filled. Each time you play, you just kind of pull them and they're ready to go. Which is very, you know, like I said, I think this is pretty much why the box size is the way it is. All right, let's set these off to the side. And now we got the first 2 boxes. So, first 2 planet boxes, we have Wenora and Grakkis. All right, so we got a challenge 1 and a challenge 2. Let's keep going. We got player boards, I believe. I believe I have a replacement player board too. That was part of that. The orange one. I don't know what's wrong with it, but we gotta replace the orange one. But we have a purple player board. An orange player board. A green player board. And then a blue kind of, I don't know, almost a teal. Almost a teal. And then there we go. We got some punch outs. So I believe these are they're like double-sided. I think the time or some effects when they get flipped, if I remember right. But yeah, we got more tokens. We got some little avatar things that go kind of where your player head is. And then this is the scarab, which is, I believe, your ship. So we got that. We got a little research hut. We got more. We got another scarab. I don't necessarily know what the difference is on these. More punch outs. I believe the promos will have more punch outs too. So tons of character options. This has got the workshop. More of those. Which is more tokens that are probably have a spot to go. We got another scarab. So that's got that's a transporter. That's the I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Rejuvenation pod. And then we got 2 of these and more avatar chips. And this has got the laboratory. Right there, we have dice. I'll put all this together later. I'm not gonna do it all right now, but we got our dice for each character. Each one, I believe, will have 3. I have a blue, a green, and a red. And you kind of, I believe, I don't remember if they start at 2s or what, but you're basically gonna down tick each one of these. Each time you take an action, you're gonna want to rest with one of them. And I believe, depending on the color, you'll get like a, you know, it'll be better at specific spots where you place it. So that's cool. And then also there's a little time. So I think if you hit the time on there, I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing. I believe there's probably situations where you're just gonna have to do it, but no problem. What do we got? We got some tokens right here. Little I don't know what tokens these are. I could get the rulebook out, but you know, that would That would take time. We got some more tokens. This is a time token. I believe this is what you're going to track on here. So just different tokens for different spots of the player board. These are... these go on your player board. I can't remember the exact name of them. Insight trackers. Each got a different side. I believe you get a bonus depending on which one you go up. You basically want to raise your insight and get more comprehension. This game is very, very science heavy. I'm not saying that because it's a sci-fi game. I'm saying because I think they put a lot of thought into some of these scenarios, and it really kind of feels like there's actual science going on, which is another reason I wanted to use this mad scientist as our as our companion for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and nose this while we got a second. Should have some peach and mango. Definitely fruity forward. Hops are on the back of the nose. I promise you this. I know a lot of people aren't a fan of IPAs, so I try to be very specific when I think it is an approachable IPA. This one should be approachable. We'll get in there. I've had this before. We got some dice. Unsure what these dice are for, but they do feel good. They all components so far have felt like a good weight. Go through that. By the way, I don't know if I actually mentioned this. This is all game trays. Everything about this game has got game trays design, which is always a benefit. I just want to look and see what some of these components are. I know I said I wasn't going to do it. We are going to do it. I think you got to go specifically to the player boards, which I don't want to do because I'm not seeing those tokens right now. There's our dice. Definitely gonna have to dig through this guy. Resources, I believe, are in something different. We haven't got to those yet. The little red orange circles might have been power. There might be less of them, so that's why there's power there. I'm just trying to figure out if there's a specific thing with the dice, or they might be scenario specific. Some of the stuff in here may not actually be in the rule book. You kind of got to read both. It's a little Final Girl like in that way if you're familiar with that game, but I'm not seeing where some of the stuff is actually listed. Investigation tokens, I believe we kind of saw those. They were cardboard cutouts. Like I said, don't want to get too lost in here, but we're gonna check Luna out. Luna is our little robot guy. I specifically got a scenario where Luna tends to take center stage, so I'm definitely liking that. Let's see if this looks better. Oh yeah, Luna. All right. And then we got these massive little tokens, and I believe they're like to track specific events going on, and they will go in one of these boards over here. Big, clear, translucent discs. I don't know if those will always stay there. And then we got some resources. So I know that these blue cubes were data, maybe. And then these were, these green ones were, like materials, resources. Something to that extent. And then other than that, we got some black and clear, actually clear cubes. And we'll look at our little figurines. I think I've seen some people paint these, but we got purple. We got green. We got orange. We got blue. They are all the same. So it is what it is, but they are solid. They're solid quality. I don't see anything good details on them. So yeah, those will be your characters. You'll move around your environment, and that is pretty much the framework. So let's see what we need to do. I don't know if this box had any lid lift, but I know with like the punch outs, you're gonna have less space. We're gonna put these all back in though for right now. They will go back in without me having to punch them out. We'll go from there. I know there's probably a lot to figure out on this game. Oh yeah, there's definitely gonna be some extra lift because of that. So I didn't really notice that on the bottom, but all right, let's get into these planets though. Let's get into these planets before we pack this all up. This is going to be Planet 1. Wenora. So let's open this up. Space is hard. hallucinating helps. It literally says that on the side of the box. Say that on all of them? Yep, it does. Hallucinating helps. All right, so we have E.D.G, Sticky Beautiful. We're not going to read all this stuff. We'll probably read on these when we do some playthroughs. There's advice section. There's introduction, quick setup, planet primer. This is probably most of the information you're going to need to know on top of the rule book to get into this. We do have planet-specific tokens. It looks like we got some kind of fungi. Fungi. So we got those. And then we have its own box. I'll go ahead and pull this one out. I don't know if we need to pull the rest of them out. No. Just pull this one out to show. This is kind of the coolest aspect of how this game is set up. Okay. But nothing else in there. Oh, no. We do have stuff in there. But we got some tiles. These are going to be tiles for making the board. And then I believe the survival tasks are in here as well. We'll go ahead and open these up. I don't know if we'll open up all of them. But let's at least open up the first one and figure out what we need to do. Like I said, this is a game that I believe is on Tabletop Simulator. Like, actually, like, I believe Orange Nebula was involved in the creation of it. So I do think once I get into this, there's going to be some opportunities to figure out how to open up this shrink better. No, to hopefully get some community plays. Get him up on the channel, maybe. Trying to. Seriously, this is we're gonna need a knife. Figure this out. Okay. Open. There we go. We're gonna have a lot of trash. Okay, so we have some, I believe, probably like environmental spaces you're gonna move around on. Some of these take more time to move through. That's kind of what I think the little time symbols are. We'll set those up there. I don't know what these are. These are hallucination cards. I don't want to spoil too much. These are opportunity cards. And then these are our survival tasks. So I'm trying to figure out which order we want them in. I know you read them like a book. So this is like 2 of 8. It's weird. Shows you setup. But yeah, so you basically are going to have early onset hangriness. It's going to give you some dialogue. And then you're going to have a setup. And that's how you're going to set up your map, whatever you want to call it. But there is 3 different survival tasks. We won't go through those. Those are kind of probably the bigger spoilers out of all this, I would say. But let's put these back in. Opportunity, hallucination. We'll put those and we'll put our maps up top. And then we have another compartment. Did these all kind of go in here like that? Unsure. Okay. And then we got some smaller cards down here. These are primary Luna functions. Let's see if I can actually open this one. I'll tell you, I won't open these if it's going to take me 5 minutes to open each one of these sets of cards. We'll have to just go through these super quick. More trash for the floor. Okay. Rare polymers, powdery, infected cards. So that's a part of it. And then we got some one-time use. Like I said, primary functions, engineering breakthrough, chemistry breakthrough. Like I said, sciencey, robotics, and those are distress cards. Distress cards. So those are going to go down there. I believe our tokens that we have right here will probably go down here. We won't worry about that too much right now. I don't like the fact that those kind of don't seem to fit. Interesting. I don't know if that's a thing. I don't know if they go someplace else. I don't know a lot of things, but we're going to put this back in the box. And we will hopefully figure out if that needs to go in differently. I don't know. Put these in. And we will get to the next planet box. So this is the first one, challenge 1. Set you off to the side, and we'll go with number 2, Grakkis. There we go. Petrified Waste. What's this one say? Space is hard. Try harder. Petrified Wastes. And then we have more tokens. Well, oh, this is the one that's kind of got a storm thing going on. Nothing else. We don't need to pull these out. We don't need to pull these out. We'll just pull the boxes out. We'll grab those. We got those cards, and then we should have... Yep. More cards down here. I don't think I'm going to go through them all. I think those all should be similar. I mean, obviously, they're going to be different as far as probably what the effects on the cards are, but these are going to be the more different ones. So we'll leave those in there. We don't really need to go too much through those. We'll look in... I feel like some of these have really cool art. I just don't want to have to use... Oh, there we go. Better. Maybe I'll get better at opening these by the end. We have a few more to do, so... Okay. Be interesting how much trash ends up on the floor by the end of this. Okay. Flip these over. Survival tasks. Once again, we have three different survival tasks. I don't like their... I don't know why they're like that, but survival tasks, 3 different ones. Gives you setup. We have these gonna be mystery. Mystery card A. Opportunity, opportunities. I don't want to, like I said, definitely don't want to flip that mystery card over. We got environment. So yeah, definitely different. These are our environmental spots to move around. And then we got these energy storms. Are they all energy storms? They're all energy storms. You want to look at these? I don't really tell us much. Just effects. It looks like they're just mainly effects. So very cool. Different. Like I said, you've just looked at that compared to the first one. Completely different as far as some of these go. Obviously, you got environmental tiles, but everything else seems to be different. Let's go ahead and put these here. Put the setup ones below just so I don't accidentally spoil stuff for myself. But this is weird. Like, these don't fit all the way in. You guys let me know if that's a thing I should be concerned about. Okay, that'll work. We'll put this guy back, and then the cool thing about this is you could do a couple different ways as far as like taking your game with you. You could take, 2 of your favorite planet boxes you haven't played, and then you only need to take this. You could take one, and if you had both of these little specialists expansions, you could do that, and then you could just kind of like have everything to play all in one. We'll get through this at some point. I'm just trying to figure out what the best way to put this back in the boxes. That's kind of my thing. And I also want to check out that Hazy India Pale. Let's get into that. Let's get into that before we get too crazy in on these. We'll put the box lid back on. But I will say, it works. It works. It looks good. Boom. Cool. I guess let's taste this guy, and we'll figure out how we're gonna unbox some of this. But like I said, citrusy, pops are on the back end. Definitely have a fruit forward nose to it. Sweet on the front, dry on the back. Definitely get more of that dryness on there. Oh yeah. But definitely has some very bright notes right off the get-go on the initial. That's pretty much where all the fruit's at too. That peach mango still has that dry hoppiness to it though. Well, let's go ahead and set you over to here. Let's see what we're gonna do. Let's just do these in order. Let's do these in order. Which one's gonna be the next one? 4. I believe 4 is gonna be the next one. We do not have 3. 4 just looked interesting. That's after the first 2, because those were always gonna come with the core mainframe. It's kind of all preference at this point. I wanted to be able to fit all of this in a good spot. I know this is kind of a weird shape boxes, so I didn't necessarily know how I was going to go on my shelf. I didn't know how I was going to display it. I've seen, I've seen this game a few times out there, but I didn't, like I said, I didn't really know what to expect and how to dive into this. I didn't really want to go all in, especially if you don't like it, but I do feel like I have enough content that if I like this, I'll probably get the rest of it. But yeah, Yendraal, number 4, challenges 3 of 4. This says, space is hard unless it grows fond of you. So very interesting. The thing says, forged in the flood. I believe this is a water planet. We got tokens. Set these out right here. I'm gonna get you off cam. We don't need you on cam. Not as much. Okay. Very good. And then we have our box as normal. More cards. Function cards. Like I said, I don't think I'm gonna go quite crazily through those. We'll see what happens. But I do want to go through this. These have been pretty cool when I can get them open. Where is this guy? Oh my gosh. Maybe. Having more time getting these, harder time getting these open than I think anything I unboxed last year. Let's see what we got. Get a corner. There we go. I don't really like doing this next to cards, but we can even, yeah, there we go. If we can even get it torn, it'll start to, there we go, peel off. My background, that would not be the correct way to open a box. Definitely don't want to do that. Damage parts, damage parts. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got our survival tasks. As normal, I do not want to spoil anything. So we have the opportunities right here. Then we have Yendraal's Favor. Got some of those cards. And then are the rest of them all environment? No. We have environment cards, which we can look at those. Those aren't super spoilery. They have cool art, which is I think what they were showing off. Kind of with the artwork promos. And then ecosystem cards. So looks like ways to discover stuff with different your workshop, your laboratory, and research shot. Won't go crazy into those, but yeah, similar setup. Water-based planet. I'm not gonna dive into the mechanics because I do not want to ruin that for anybody. A lot of this game is discovery. We'll put these together. Put the environments on top. The ecosystems below. Very cool. Opportunities, I think, are going to be things that your character is either going to get better at when you're, maybe with like your specialists, you're going to be more specialized to deal with stuff. Those are good. Put these back in game trays. Like I said, I don't know. It seems like they're just slightly smaller than you kind of want them to be. I don't know. You have to let me know in the comments if you have this game already and if everything fits as is. Because the problem is I know there's more scenarios to add to this. And it's like, where do you put those? Do I need to put stuff in a different spot that didn't come in? But that is box 4 Yendraal. We'll just keep pushing stuff to the side. Let's get into box 6. Yeah, because it's 6, 7, 8 is what I got. And then we'll get into that specialist and promos and maybe even into that errata pack or corrections pack, just so anybody that needs to know knows what they need in that corrections pack. There we go. Easy. Easier when I don't have to use a knife. Okay. Kaelyfos? Kaelyfos. I don't know. Kaelyfos? This one says, space is hard, dead alien flesh is soft. Welcome to paradise. Okay. Interesting. We got some punch outs. We got some blood suckers nests. I think you're in like a skull or something. Very interesting. Bloodsucker's behavior. Top card. These things are gonna do stuff. I gotta try. Every time. There we go. Alright, let's try not to spoil anything. But we do have 3 survival tasks, as always. And then we have secret cards. Secret card B and A. I'm telling you, I feel like these are all backwards. It's weird, right? Opportunity. Opportunity cards. I don't want to spoil this stuff. Waking Nightmare. Interesting. We got a few of those. Waking Nightmare cards. And then we got some environment. We'll take a look at the environment cards. I like looking at those. And then we got some bloodsucker behaviors. So let's not dive into those. Oh, another one. All right, so here is our environmental cards. Oh my gosh. That's a spooky one right off the bat. I believe you're like in some kind of alien skull that's kind of floating out there. And obviously there's parasites. Bloodsuckers, whatever you want to call them. All right, let's put our survival tasks here. Probably those two together. Put the secret card on top. And the opportunities there. Like I said, these probably have another deck. Another deck under there. I just don't know the specific way to... tokens are probably going to go there. Is there a better way to put these in here? Like, this kind of feels down here like wasted space. I mean, really kind of does. Okay. Those are in. The tokens punched out later. I'm probably gonna dig into this game sooner rather than later. Like I said, this is one that I was excited, hopeful to get. Where'd I put the other box? Over here. Hopeful to get last year, so I don't want to wait too much longer on this. I'm super excited to get into this. All right, this one is box 7. This is one of the new ones. So there was 3, I think, Planet boxes that were new with the print, and then these little like specialist expansions that just kind of had some asymmetry to the game. Let's get into it though. Koguya. This is a level challenge 1. I think this is the only other challenge 1 that's out right now. This is Space is Hard. Vine about it all you want. You like these guys are funny. Reminds me a little bit of what like Chip Theory does with some of their stuff. But we got tokens. This one is Limb from Limb instruction book. And we got Stop, Read Before You Proceed. Okay. Well, I'm going to open it, but we won't open that guy because that's not what I want to do. But there is a little Stop, Read Before You Proceed. And I'm going to try to keep these in order just in case. We will look. Oh my gosh. Couldn't have had these in a better spot. This one might call for a knife. It's definitely got some spots to cut on. There we go. I feel like it's all the same size as Shrink, and some of these don't have the same amount of cards. Boom. Alright, so we have some Vine Pull opportunity cards. There's our survival tasks. So, oh, that one's in order. That one's in order. 1. The end of the vine. And then these are all environmental. Let's check them out. Got some different symbols on him. It looks cool. I like that all of these kind of have at least... I mean, the art style is the same, but it looks like there's, you know, differences as far as the artwork goes. And I think that is very cool. Let's put these back like that. Obviously, going to have some cards underneath. We'll put those in here. That one fits. That one fits. It might not fit once you put that in. But we see. We'll see. Put those in. Tokens back. We got one more Planet box to get into. We'll check out that Specializations. Some promos. But I knew this was going to be quite a bit to unbox. So I didn't want to, like, lag too much as far as getting through this. Okay, put you over here. This one was the one I think I was the most excited about when they announced the new content. I don't know how everybody else felt. This is a level 3. It's called Blackout. It's Planet 8. And this one is different because I don't actually think you're technically on a planet. There we go. Blackout. Space is hard. Luna doesn't care. Trouble at home. So this is basically gonna have your robot's gonna go. If you've seen the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, I believe that's pretty much what's gonna kind of happen. So let's check these out. What do we got under there? Covered in disturbing liquid. Okay. But I believe you're basically still going to be on the scare of your ship when this all goes down. So definitely a different feel. I like already making huge changes to the game as far as not always being on a planet. I do not want to. There we go. That's the spot. That's the spot. That's the spot. Okay. I don't know who's winning the battle between Shrink Wrap and, me or the Shrink Wrap right now, but I guess as long as we don't damage anything, I assume I'm winning. Okay, we got opportunity cards. We have survival tests, 3, as always. This, we got a mystery card A. This is a Luna Causes Chaos card. It's double-sided. Luna Pursues card. Ship system, transfer tubes. Fire suppression doors. These all look like places you can go as far as your dice. And then I believe these are... I don't really know. I don't know. But we have our environmental tiles. Workshop, research center, powered medical bay. There's powered and unpowered. I believe you're going to have issues keeping the power on to be able to do stuff. So very cool. I'm excited. I don't know where we'll put these here. Figure this out. If this would have had a read before, I probably would have felt like I messed up. We'll get these opportunities and survival tasks back in. But yeah, this is the one I was definitely the most excited about as far as I don't know, the theme, the objective. Sounded very interesting. You got a companion you've played with for most of, all of the other planets, and then it's going to turn against you. Very cool premise. Very cool premise. Let's get into this guy again. Refreshing. Okay, this is scientific specializations. You're a professional, or so your training says. You can put your unique understandings to use and unlock powerful abilities to set apart and increase your life expectancy. So I don't necessarily know if this makes the game easier. I don't know if there's a way to balance it. I don't know. I do not know. But I was excited about this one. This one looked the most interesting. I'm trying to remember what the other little expansion was. Do not remember. Do something useful for once. Here's your overview for this stuff. And then, yeah, we basically got these little boards that are going to, go right next to your player board. Chrononaut. That one is a time. Deliciousness. Dilatinist. I don't know. I can't talk today. Holomancer. This is a photonic engineer. Newton, a gravity technician. Therapath, a environmental empath. A neuromancer, a cognitive technician. Bioweaver, a biotic engineer. Harmonizer, a sociologist, I gotta laugh at myself. Architect. Gizmo, nano machinist. Very cool. So these are all going to be little specialists that you can basically add to your board and make you, more specialized. I am in. I'm in. Like I said, pretty simple. Just kind of adds probably just some variety to the game. I'm hoping that's what it is. I don't think it's to make more challenging. Let's go through these promos. I believe that's what's under this. All of our promos. There we go. It is. It is all of these promos. So this is a Luna synthesizer dice and a Luna synthesizer token. I believe it kind of like adds to the gameplay. The dice looks cool. Building Luna synthesizer. It's an additional structure. Okay. There's the little token for it, and then here is the dice. Looks good. Pinkish. So, very cool. I don't think there's a lot of dice rolling in this. In fact, as far as the big dice go, the chonky ones, you don't roll them. As far as I know. Maybe there's planetary effects that make you roll them and take them. I don't know. No idea. But that is, I believe, was kind of a unlock, Kickstarter unlock. And then we have 2022 Avatar Punch Pack. We have Survival Task 2, Survival Task 1, and Luna's Performance Assessment Logs. We can go through these. We'll go through these. These are going to be all avatars. I don't know if I just didn't get the new ones or what. Are these the original ones? Unsure. I don't think we need these envelopes, but I don't want to rip them apart either. So let's actually use the knife this time and not rip the. There we go. Use it like a letter opener, you know. Here we go. So yeah, we got plenty of punches. I mean, we got extra characters. Extra characters for sure. These look like they're just base characters, which is cool. Some people might not, you know, think it's cool. Some people might not want to be a cat or a dog, but you know, I'm good with either. I think I'm good. So those are cool to add to your character, kind of make them a little different. We got Luna's performance assessment logs, because being judged by cold mechanical eyes always increases performance in Unsettled board game. Let's check and see what this guy is. Yep, each one's for each planet. They're kind of the same material as the cards, but you got Wenora, Grakkis, the one I don't have, which is Zeron, Yendraal we got, Stranos we do not have, Kaelyfos we do, Koguya, Blackout, and Ganir is the new one. I think this just kind of tells you how to use it, assessing your competence. I think it just kind of gives you ratings. Yep, still breathing, not breathing. So, very cool. You put your survival tasks up the top, which one you're doing. But we should have more survival tasks. I believe that's what's kind of right here. We got survival task 1 pack, which is for Wenora, Grakkis, and Zeron. I believe we have 2 of them, right? Those will be in there. Yeah, these are going to be initial, the original 6. So 4 of them we should have. Yep. Mystery cards for Wenora. Mystery cards for Grakkis. There we go. So new stuff to do. I believe these were community, kind of like community tested, and some of the ideas came from the community. This is 2. It's going to have Yendraal, Stranos, and Kaelyfos. We'll open it, but obviously we're not going to look at too much because I don't want to spoil anything. Besides the color of the cards. Coral Reef Shard. And then we got some mystery cards for Stranos. And some more survival tasks for Kaelyfos. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. In fact, I'm not trying anymore. Okay, so those are all the promos, I believe, and that only leaves us with the last thing to check out. It is going to be the I don't know, revision pack. Basically it's a new player board. I don't know what was wrong with the other orange one, but that will replace it. And then it looks like we have some Kaelyfos. Oh man, these are definitely for stuff we have. So we'll go through there, but it looks like it's like basically a core box one. Not just core box. Maybe all of the original stuff. This is, should tell us, but yeah, Zuron. This is a survival task for Wenora. Grakkis, Wenora hallucinogen. Maybe just some typos they're replacing. I'm guessing. But that is what is in that corrections pack. So we'll have to go through there and replace some stuff at some point. Go through all this, figure it out. I'll probably jump into the first one, I'm guessing, right off the bat. That's probably the best place to start. And at least kind of get a feel for how the game mechanics work. And then hopefully get some friends to come out into space and die with me would be the next plan. But Unsettled, like I said, this would have been a game that I think if we would have got in late 2023, probably would have made my list. I don't want to say it definitely would, but I was amped up for this game. Unsettled looks awesome. This beer right here, I know I haven't quite dug into it like I always do, but it is quite good. I would recommend this to somebody that is an IPA fan, as well as somebody that maybe likes fruitier but not always likes the hops. This would be a good compromise. It would be a good compromise. Like I said, by Wichita Brewing Company, Mad Scientist Experimental Series number 16. Probably something you're not going to be able to find everywhere, but generally you should probably be able to find a hazy IPA with some fruit. Peach mango was specifically what was in this one. But I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up for me. If you have already dug into Unsettled, let me know what you think about this game. If this is something you'd like to see on the channel, leave me a comment. That's the best way to get me to play this on YouTube. And we'll be talking about this over on the Discord, hopefully in the next couple days after we get this up. But yeah, Unsettled, Orange Nebula. Super excited to get into this one. I'm going to do that, and I will see you guys all on the next one. Much love.